The history of eunuchs and castration. Eunuchs, throughout history, have played diverse roles in different societies, often serving in various capacities, ranging from administrative and religious roles to positions within royal courts. The term eunuch typically refers to a castrated male, although the roles and significance of eunuchs have evolved across cultures and time periods. Ancient civilizations. Eunuchs were present in ancient Mesopotamia and Persia, where they often served as palace officials, guardians of harems, and in administrative roles. Their lack of reproductive capability was seen as a means to ensure loyalty and prevent them from establishing familial ties that might lead to political ambitions. In ancient China, eunuchs were employed as palace servants and officials during the Ming and Qing dynasties. They played significant roles as advisors, administrators, and guardians of the imperial harem. The most powerful eunuchs even had considerable influence in court politics. Eunuchs served as key bureaucrats, often controlling access to the emperor and exerting significant political power. However, their influence always led to power struggles and internal conflicts within the imperial court. Eunuchs were also present in the Roman Empire, where they served in various capacities, including as household slaves, administrators, and guardians of wealthy households. Eunuchs held prominent positions in the Byzantine Empire. They were often appointed as high-ranking officials, generals, and even served as emperors. The Byzantine court had a unique system where eunuchs, due to their perceived loyalty, were entrusted with sensitive tasks and important administrative positions. Eunuchs played crucial roles in the Islamic world, serving as administrators, guardians of harems, and advisors to rulers. The Abbasid Caliphate, in particular, witnessed the rise of powerful eunuchs in the court, such as the famous Burmakids, who held influential positions during the 8th century. Eunuchs held various roles in the Ottoman Empire, particularly in the imperial harem and as attendants to the Sultan. Their duties included guarding the harem, managing its affairs, and sometimes participating in military campaigns. Eunuchs, known as Hijras, have a long history in South Asia. They often held ritualistic roles in religious ceremonies and were believed to possess special blessings. In some instances, they served as guardians of royal harems. Religious castration. The castration of priests has occurred in various historical and cultural contexts, often tied to religious practices, rituals, or societal expectations. Here are some instances of castrated priests throughout history. The Galli were priests of the Pierian goddess Cybele in ancient Rome. They underwent ritual castration as a dedication to the goddess. Castrated priests, wearing distinctive attire and engaging in ecstatic rituals, played a significant role in the worship of Cybele during annual festivals. In some ancient Greek religious traditions, eunuch priests served as oracles. The most famous example is the Oracle of Delphi, where a succession of priestesses, known as Pythria, delivered prophecies. These priestesses were often selected from among women who had taken a vow of celibacy or had undergone ritualistic practices, which might have also included castration. During the Renaissance, the Baroque period in Europe, the Catholic Church employed castrati, men who had been castrated before puberty, as singers in choirs. Castrati were prized for their unique vocal qualities, as the removal of their testicles prevented their voices from deepening during puberty. These singers reached the height of their popularity in the 17th and 18th centuries, particularly in Italy. Some ancient Near Eastern religions practiced castration as a form of devotion to certain deities. In the cult of Attis, associated with the Parian mother goddess Cybele, priests castrated themselves in a symbolic act of emulating the god Attis, who castrated himself in a fit of madness. In certain Eastern religious traditions, particularly in parts of India and southern Asia, there were instances of eunuch priests or hijra communities associated with temples. These individuals often held ritualistic roles and were believed to possess special spiritual powers. Some African traditional religions practiced castration as part of initiation rites for priests. These castrated individuals were often seen as having a closer connection to the divine and were entrusted with specific religious duties. The Kojike in India historically practiced castration as part of their religious customs. Castrated individuals, known as hajars, were considered auspicious and were often involved in certain religious ceremonies, and I do excuse any of my pronunciation that might be quite wrong. Decline and modern perspectives. With changing societal norms and advancements in political structures, the role and influence of eunuchs gradually declined. The castration of males for social or political purposes fell out of favour, and the significance of eunuchs in administrative and political roles diminished. In modern times, the term eunuch has acquired a broader meaning and is sometimes used to refer to individuals who are non-binary or do not conform to traditional gender norms. The historical significance of eunuchs, however, remains an intriguing aspect of various civilizations and their complex societal structures. The history and controversy of circumcision. Circumcision, the removal of the foreskin from the penis in males and the clitoral hood in females, has a deep-rooted history that extends across cultures and millennia. It holds significance in religious rites, cultural traditions, and even medical practices. The practice of male circumcision dates back to ancient times and spans diverse cultures. In Judaism, it became a covenant between Abraham and God, symbolizing purity and commitment. In Islam, circumcision is considered a ritual of cleanliness and a practice endorsed by the Prophet Muhammad. Beyond religious contexts, various African and Pacific Island cultures have embraced male circumcision as a rite of passage into manhood. Unlike male circumcision, female genital mutilation or female genital cutting lacks a religious mandate and is deeply rooted in cultural traditions. Practices vary widely, ranging from symbolic incisions to more severe forms involving the removal of parts of the external genitalia. Female genital mutilation is practiced in several regions, particularly in parts of Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. It is important to note that female genital mutilation is widely condemned globally due to its severe physical and psychological consequences. While circumcision has been practiced for centuries, it remains a topic of controversy and ethical debate. Critics argue that non-consensual circumcision infringes upon individuals' bodily autonomy, especially when performed on infants or children. Additionally, both male and female circumcision procedures carry potential health risks. Health risks in male circumcision include infection and bleeding. Like any surgical procedure, circumcision carries a risk of infection or excessive bleeding. Pain and psychological impact. A circumcision performed without proper anesthesia on infants may cause lasting trauma and distress. It also means the male has less pleasure from sex, and evidence shows that circumcision can prevent the formation of a strong psychological bond with their partner, which could lead to promiscuity and unfulfilling relationships. Female circumcision can result in severe pain, bleeding, infections, and even death during or immediately after the procedure. The long-term consequences for women who undergo female genital mutilation may include chronic pain, complications during childbirth, and psychological trauma. They will find little or no pleasure in sex and will likely experience pain instead. Changing perspectives. In recent years, there has been a growing awareness of the ethical considerations surrounding non-consensual circumcision. Many medical professionals and human rights advocates advocate for informed consent and the prohibition of female genital mutilation due to its severe physical and psychological consequences. As societies evolve, conversations around the cultural, religious, and medical aspects of circumcision continue to shape our understanding of these practices. While some view it as a sacred tradition, others emphasize the importance of individual autonomy and the need to protect against potential health risks. It is through respectful dialogue and a commitment to informed decision-making that we can realize the complexities surrounding circumcision, ensuring the well-being and rights of individuals are at the forefront.